Hey there, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising. Welcome to your reading for October 24th through the 30th. It features an eclipse. It's happening in Scorpio at 2 degrees. It's happening at 6:49 a.m. Eastern Time Zone in the U.S. We also have Mars stationing retrograde. Ooh. So you guys, I got to tell you, I pulled cards for how this energetic shift is going to affect us. And you have Poe's Brave Flight. This is the fourth time I've seen this. I just saw it in Capricorn, so if you have Capricorn strong in your chart, I also saw it for, I believe, Gemini, and I saw it for Scorpio. So it is a very powerful energy that has a lot to do with what's going on this week. And with this energy, it's about being willing to push through. So there's a big shift, a big change during the eclipse season. I wanted to see how we were shifting and moving. And there's something, it says, you will not let fear stop you this time. There's something you're wanting to do. And 2 degrees of Scorpio, it's definitely about overcoming our fears. And I think you get to push through to create something. But there's a need to go within and to get the information. There's been you need to spend more time in meditation, Aquarius. Probably not what you wanted to hear, but inside of you is where the information is. And I think when you're an air sign, it's very hard. You're always trying to think your way through because you're so good at that, right? You're so good at seeing things from a different point of view and putting the pieces together. Like you are the puzzle makers and the puzzle solvers, right? You are really good at this, thinking your way through, and Spirit is asking you to consider setting aside your thoughts and developing a meditation practice so you can hear from your higher self, which is still you. It's a higher frequency of you, and sometimes when you're doing all the work here at this level, up here, they're trying to get through and they can't because you have so much going on in your mind. So I say that because the key to the situation here, we have the Hierophant, but it's called no thingness. And so this, even though it's the Hierophant, it is in the black womb, in the darkness of the womb, in the womb of no thing, where all the creative power lies. And that's the key to the situation. It is there in the stillness of the mind, in the deep, dark recesses, in the connection to your higher self. It's like the Big Bang. Like out of the darkness suddenly bursts forth great ideas, new creations, things that are happening, and they expand out. But it all starts here first, in the darkness. The overall energy you have is the Queen of Cups, the receptivity. This is, again, receiving the downloads. This is allowing Spirit to bring it through to you. So you have the Queen there and you have the King here. And the King is up here and where you're trying to think about how to get the information you need. And it says, no, you need to be quiet and calm and allow the information to be brought to you. We have this very healing energy. This is healing energy that's coming from your higher self that's trying to help you heal a situation, to work through something. There's a couple of stories playing out here. I got to tell you, try using meditation with music or guided meditation. You know, if you can't just sit there in the silence. I understand that. It took me a long, it's a practice they call it practice for a reason. It took me a long time to be able to shut down my monkey mind, and I don't even have air strong in my chart. I have a lot of water and I have a lot of earth, and so for me it was a lot easier, I think, than it is for an air sign, and it was still practice. So One thing that might work for you is journaling, because you can just do a practice where you write and you just open yourself up to see what comes out. You don't, you just start writing about your day, or you have a question and you just start letting that happen. Michael Sandler has a class on this, and so Michael Sandler's YouTube channel. I can't think of her name right now. But there's classes out there about automatic writing. I think that you would benefit from that. I think that would be more of your jam. I think you would be like more comfortable with journaling to get the information. But there's information that's trying to come through for you, and if you would just allow that to happen, then I think you will find that things flow much easier. Because here, I want to show you in the area of the mind here, we've got this Eight of Swords, this guilt, this overactive mind going on, creating a headache situation, right? But if in the heart space, you've got the Empress, the creativity. So you have here the womb of creativity, and here you have the creativity. It's in your heart. The answers you're looking for are the heart, crown, third eye connection. It's not the thinking it through. And there's something that's really trying to come through, because you have so many cards of stress going on here. It's crazy. So here we have, in what's draining your energy, we've got this really cool Five of Wands. The Five of Wands card here is Trapeze Artist. What's draining your energy is not letting go. It's trying to control a situation. And in order to move forward, you have to let go and trust that somebody's going to catch you. And in this case, I think it's spirit. And the card of the obstacle to overcome, we have the Moon card here, but it's called Past Lives. And in this book, it says that you need to go deeper into your meditation. That's what this is depicting here. The deeper you go into meditation, the more the answers come for you. And so that's an obstacle. That's why I'm wondering if creative writing, channeled writing, automatic writing wouldn't work better for you. Even like creative writing, if you want to say that way, because you could write poems or lyrics to a song and just see what comes out. It just feels like that might be very helpful for you. You have a card here that's not in the normal Rider-Waite. It's a bonus card after the World card. You have the card of the Master. How do you transform this situation? You have the card of the Master. But if you look, he's receiving the information from Spirit in the stillness, in the calm. And I can see you're very busy, and that seems crazy to you. You're like, I got so much going on. If I'm going to sit down for 5 minutes, I'm just going to sleep, because that's what I really need. Because here we have the card of stress and the action here. But if you don't stop, he's trying to juggle a bunch of things while on a ball, and this monkey is about to poke a hole in that ball, and he's going to fall down. You can't keep up the pace you're keeping. And Spirit's really asking you to let something go, to create some quiet, some space for yourself, to be open to receiving healing if that's what you need. Maybe you just need a really good night's sleep and it'll come to you in your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. There's good energy around that this week, because we have the card of exhaustion at the end. Now, what I did like is that these were both reversed, and I don't really read reversals, but I'm going to say that if you were to follow the advice, then maybe you won't be so stressed, and maybe you won't be so exhausted by the end of the week. You kind of feel like that's what it's trying to say here. So, I feel like there's something that you're trying to control, that if you can just let it go and take a break, it works its way out. And Spirit is trying to guide you and trying to give you some information. These are very powerful cards. So when I looked at these cards, all I felt coming over these cards, it's it's a silence that has got actually my ear ringing. It's that kind of, it's so quiet that my ears are ringing. It's like hearing, it's the crickets that you get in your ears as opposed to outside, that where you can hear the frequency and the vibration because it's silent enough. It's almost as though somebody put the cone of silence over this table because I can't hear anything else. There's just this silence. All right, so this week, lots of great air energy to creatively problem solve with, a nice flow of energy. But in your case, I feel that they want to work with you through your third eye, through your crown chakra, through your heart space, and allow you to feel your way through it. And that nothing should block or stop this because it's got this good flow going on. The moon's going to move into Scorpio on Tuesday. It is 2 degrees is where that eclipse is. So early in the morning, 6:49 a.m. Eastern time zone here in the U.S. Check the chart calculator below to find out what time it is for you. That moon is conjunct Venus. She definitely wants to help to reach out to others, to mend fences, to create something. This energy does square your sign, so that makes it a little tougher, and that's why it becomes more important for you to find the silence and the stillness. And with that moon in Scorpio, it's got you doing a little bit of family tree, looking back. Are there things from your childhood that keep playing out in your adult relationships, either at work with your bosses or with your significant others or something, or even with your children? And maybe by going into the silence, you can find the root and you can create the healing for yourself. And sometimes we have to parent ourselves because our parents weren't really good at it, because their parents weren't really good at it, and their parents weren't really good at it, right? And so we have to learn how to love unconditionally ourselves. And when we do that, then we can pass that on to the next generation. We can change the way things go. And this guilt being up here in the area of resources, I just feel like this feels like family lines of, okay, so generational wealth gets passed on, but so does the feeling of lack. And so how do you overcome that? You have the card of awakening. When the moon moves into Sagittarius on Thursday and Friday, you have the card of awakening. There is a need to awaken to your higher self. There is a need for you. So when the bear wakes up, the first thing he does is he goes looking for food. What will feed your soul? What feeds your soul? A very interesting reading, Aquarius. Not like anybody else's. But again, you're Aquarius, right? I have 2 Aquarian children, and they aren't like each other either. Okay. This looks like Kali Ma. So the moon, when it's in Capricorn on Saturday and Sunday, you have the card of the warrior S. You have the ability to conquer your fears and faults. You will not let fear stop you this time. I feel like maybe when you were a kid, you were told that you weren't good at this, or Aquarius, what is beautiful about you is that you are not like everyone else. What is unfortunate is that many of you were abused as children by schoolmates or neighborhood kids, or maybe even within within your own family, because you weren't like everyone else. And maybe you thought that that made you less than. And hopefully you have begun to learn that's what makes you more than. You came in with this higher frequency that I'm hearing here. You came in with this higher frequency. And so others couldn't resonate with you because they hadn't reached your level yet. And so it's not it's almost like sometimes in order to fit in, you had to kind of downshift. And Spirit doesn't want you to downshift anymore. They want you to reach for your potential. So, conquer your fears and faults and the right to defend who you are and who you love and what you believe in. You don't have to defend being who you are. You are exactly who you are supposed to be, and more importantly, you are exactly what the world needs you to be. You brought something with you, something special and unique, something important to be shared. And it's time to get in touch with your higher self to remember the mission. That's what this feels like. You're being asked to transcend the ordinary and be extraordinary. And everything you need to know, it's inside of you. You're not going to find it anywhere else. So make the time, create the space, develop the practice, have those conversations with your higher self. Complete the mission. All right? You guys take really good care. I'm on Facebook every day if you'd like to check in. I'd love to see you over there. And I do the collective reading at 7:30 p.m. every Sunday night, Eastern Time Zone. Again, there's a chart calculator. It's a premiere video, but we do a live chat, and I would love to have you join in. There is so much that you guys have. You're bringing so much. I think it's time to let go of other people's thoughts and opinions about you and allow yourself to fly free and to go toward the journey of just being who you are, and then see what happens from there. All right? You guys take good care. Talk with you soon.